Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm here in beautiful Lemy Beach. Unfortunately, the weather's not that great today, but I wanted to do this video outside just for a change. Yeah, not a sunny, beautiful day, but that's okay. So today's video, I will be talking about Brazilian Portuguese slang, which are the most common that you'll hear here while spending time in Brazil. Specifically Rio, but I think they're used most commonly everywhere in Brazil. So the first word on the list is bolado. Bolado. This is a word you'll hear when someone's having an argument or you're asking basically, are you upset? Or you're upset, aren't you? So this would be a word you would use, bolado or bolada, if you're asking a girl. So that's a very common word you'll hear here. The second word on my list here, hopefully it doesn't get wet because it's raining a little bit. Cara de Pau. Cara de Pau, which is translated roughly face of wood. This basically means someone who will say whatever's on their mind, someone who is shameless. So you'll hear this word quite often here if you do something, for example, that not many people would do because they would feel shameful for doing it or saying it. You would hear someone say, cara de pau. It's like, bold face. That's basically what I would say. Second word on the list that I have here would be caramba. Caramba. This is a word you would basically use to sort of say like, wow, or damn. It's like, but in a less vulgar way, I would say. This is, in my opinion, it would be a less vulgar way than saying the actual swear word version of this, which I will talk about in another video. So you would basically say, caramba. You'll hear this a lot. This is not a vulgar bad word. It's just basically like when someone is just completely shocked or they don't like something, and like, come on, caramba. So you hear that one quite often. The fourth word on my list is dar bolo. Dar bolo, which is, it means roughly to give a cake, but it means nothing, it has nothing to do with a cake. It simply means when you get stood up, or someone is a no-show or something like that. So they would say, he dar bolo, gave a cake, which means they didn't show up. You could say, ele me deu bolo, which means he didn't show up. This is very common here. You'll hear this. So keep that in mind when you hear it. You may want to use it as well when you're doing conversations in Portuguese. The fifth word on the list is Deixa Pra Lá. Deixa Pra Lá. So this is also a very common slang phrase that people will say here, and it's essentially like, let it go, Deixa Pra Lá. Forget about it. So this one is very good. I use this quite a bit when I want to forget about talking about something and talk about something else. So this is very key to say as well. So definitely a useful one. You'll hear this quite a lot here in Brazil. So all of these phrases that I'm teaching you right now are really, really important to learn. It's not generally like proper Portuguese, but it's, every culture and every country has their own slang. So yeah, so deixa pra lá. Let me know if you know any of these slangs below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel because it would help me immensely. So the sixth word on the list is, I'll tell it in English first, and this one a lot of Brazilians get it mixed up, especially when they translate it from Portuguese to English because they want to use it, right? So in English it would be God forbid, or God forbid. In Portuguese it'd be Deus livre, which really is not the exact translation, I would say it's like God defend me, or God free me of this. I would say that would be the true definition of how to say Deus livre. This is extremely common here. You'll hear it a lot. Just so you know, it's not a swear word or anything like that. It's a very, very common thing here. I use it quite a bit, you know, and it is the equivalent of saying, you know, God forbid. You know, so you'd say Deus me livre. So that's a very, very good one to know. So the seventh phrase slang here in Brazil is a great way to, when you're asking someone how they are, without having to say so much in Portuguese, and it's very simple to remember actually. So the actual literal translation would be like and there, you know, but it basically means how are you. So the phrase is e aí. So really, really good one to know. I don't use it that often, but I do know when I hear someone saying it what it means, and that's actually really important as well. So if someone says to you, "Yeah," you know what the response will be. You know what the response will be. It will be like, "I'm well," you know. So that's a very, very good one to know as well. Phrase number 8 is a very, very good one to sort of have great conversations with people here. And if you're not believing them when they say something, you would basically say Fala Sério, which is, you know, a great way to say, oh, get real, or I don't believe you. This is a great way to say that. So whenever someone says something that you don't believe here in Brazil, you can say Fala Sério. This is a great one to know. Oh, and just so you know, the phrase Fala Sério basically translates to saying talk serious, speak serious, you know. So it's kind of similar to saying kind of like, oh, you're making that stuff up. I use this one quite a lot when I'm talking with my friends here or whoever. So great one to know, Fala Sério. So I just wanted to move out of the rain a bit to finish the list. We're at number 9. So this would be a great way to sort of agree with people when they say something or when you do something. That you'll hear this a lot. The phrase would basically be Isso aí, you know, which is roughly translated to say like that there, but it is a phrase of agreement, so that they can let you know that they agree with you. You'll hear this quite a bit. And the rain is coming down. So I just wanted to give you guys a look around as well while we're doing this list. And let's get to number 10, as my list is getting soaked here. This is a great one. When I first heard this one, I laughed my ass off, I have to say. So when you want to call someone a cheapskate, or that they don't like spending money, a great phrase that they use here would be mão da vaca, which is essentially saying the hand of a cow, which kind of makes sense, right? A cow can't hold can't open, so if there's money in it, you know, it can be spent. So you'll hear this one quite a lot. If you want to call people a cheapskate, you just say mão da vaca, you know. So yeah, so that concludes our list. You'll hear all of these phrases that I mentioned in this video and more. There's tons more that I didn't even get to, but I plan on doing some more in the future. So stay tuned to my channel. I know pretty much tons of phrases in here in Brazil, which will help you out when you're coming to Brazil to travel, to live here possibly. So I really hope that this list helped you out, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel. It really helps out a lot, and see you guys in the next video from wet Rio. And I'll give you guys a look around too. Take care, bye.